Hello everybody, Keith back again. So what am I talking about today? Well, I was giving that a lot of thought. And after some thinking and pondering, I decided that I probably should talk about finding your people. What does that mean? I don't know about you, but pretty much my entire life I've been a lone wolf, just doing things on my own. Now, I can work with groups, I can obviously work with other people, but if given the choice, I more often will set out on my own. But in the cryptocurrency space, it's 24/7, 365. No one person can know it all. No one person can be on top of everything that is happening in the cryptocurrency space. It's just not possible. And not that you need to know everything in the crypto space, but sometimes if you are connected with the right people, it becomes easier to parse information, to get information, to understand the information here in the crypto space. And as a senior looking into crypto, it's already difficult enough to potentially have to learn new tech, or at least a new way of thinking with regard to the monetary system. But now couple that with the fact that you're trying to do it alone, and boy oh boy can it be overwhelming. So, how do you find your own people? That's a great question. I wish it was one I had an easy answer to. But I'm going to give you a few things to consider with regard to that. First off, I hope you'll consider me one of your people, and that you will take the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to follow me on social media, to check out my website, and ask me questions, and be involved in my community of people. Within that community, there are other communities that I am a part of. And I would put out to you that there are a couple of other communities you may want to consider. One is the Billy Goat Tales community. There you have a group of guys who have founded this thing, who are on the, let's say, older end of the of the life spectrum. And though they may be a little older than me and or a little younger than me or you, that really doesn't matter. But if they're saying things that you can relate to in a way you can relate to it, then I'm going to suggest very strongly that you check them out. Also, I would suggest Hyper Academy. Now, though most of their information revolves around trading, that is not the only thing that they do there. Army Piper, great guy, again, up there around my age, so he gets the different generational pieces that come into the cryptocurrency space. And he's dipped his toes in many of them. I'll link to videos I've done with him in the description. But beyond those, how can you find your people? Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of trial and error. It just is. And the resources are there, a lot of people are there, and I would suggest that you go into YouTube channels and just listen. If you see a topic that seems a bit interesting to you, go ahead, dive in, listen, and see if you can relate to the person who is putting that information out. It will be a bit of a process. You will find people you just cannot relate to. You will find people that do not have your best interests at heart. At the end of the day, you're going to hear very often in this space, do your own research, because you shouldn't do something just because someone on YouTube tells you to do it. At the end of the day, you have to decide. You got to put on your big boy pants and you got to make the decision as to what is best for you. Now, I get, for those people of my generation and up, that's just like common sense. Just the way that you operate with pretty much everything. So hopefully you can integrate that here into cryptocurrency and help to point yourself in the right direction and find a group that works for you, that can help you to understand, that can help you to integrate yourself into this space. The other piece of information, or I guess the other suggestion that I would have for you, is to, at least initially, focus on the free information that's out there, because there is good free information in the space. There are people who are willing to help and do so without trying to charge you for that help. I will say, and to this day, I still run into them. Just did from a recent video I tried to put together to help train new people coming into the space. They had a certain expertise that I needed. Cybersecurity, definitely something that's of use here in the cryptocurrency space, even if it's just a basic understanding. But I was hoping that they would help me to break down some of the things you needed to know in the cryptocurrency space. Well, they told me that it wasn't worth their time because it's not going to make them any money. Well, I'm putting together that particular series, and I'll put a link to it in the description, free. I'm putting it all out free. I'm not charging anybody for that, so it was a bit beyond what I could afford to pay them. But to my point, there are others in the space that are willing to help. Seek them out. Keep searching. If you have questions, I'm going to suggest to you that you reach out to me. I will try to point you in the right direction, even if it's not me that you necessarily can jive. So, I would suggest, before you're thinking about doing anything else in this space, start to search out the people who can help you to learn, who can help you to relate to the different topics and aspects of cryptocurrency. Again, I hope it's me, but even if it's not, find the people that you can resonate with. Find your people.